Hey.
Okay, is that better? All right. Hello, everyone. Microphone's working. Um, yeah, I said unlearn models in the chat. GT's bigging up Liverpool. Bree says hello. How's everyone doing?
Everyone's in the chat.
They're all in the chat, man. John is here with us, making his debut on Kick. As everyone knows, we're live on YouTube and Kick now.
What the hell is Kick, man?
It's like a new YouTube, and it's just
A
like they
new
offer,
YouTube.
yeah, they offer like they're like heaps more, like with the payments, they don't take as much off you if you like get monetized.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we're
Kick.
try and build that as well because we're streaming on two things simultaneously now. And Learn Bottle reckons he loves honey soy chicken, and Ree says hello, J Crumb.
Is Learn Bottled the most random generated chat man in the universe?
He's a bot. He has to be a bot. The way the shit he says, like we'll be talking about, like I'll put it into perspective for you. You could be talking about like the day you had at the park with your kids, and he'll turn around and go, like like in Anchorman, like I love lamp. That's what he pulls. He pulls like an I love lamp out of nowhere. So
Oh man, it's like he just comes with the most random conversation. Even when you ban him for like 24 hours, he'll be back.
he
Which
comes back with a I love Nutrigrain.
out of which man with Nutella and jam.
He loves it. He loves it. Anyway, we're here to talk about round 11 of the Premier League. Can see GT's happy. If I was a Liverpool fan, I'd be happy too. Um, I'm going to bring up the other page here. Got the results on the other page here, and I mean we can start wherever we want really, but we'll go to the. We won't talk about the Fulham Brentford game because that was from last week's fixtures, but I guess let's talk about it straight away. So Liverpool, it looked like it could have been a hard game for them. It was not. Aston Villa, I think they've had a few losses now. They got thumped by Tottenham. Now they lost to Liverpool. They drew with Man United. 2-0. Darwin Núñez scored. And I tell you, man, I spoke about this guy last week. Mo Salah, like, I hate it because I hate Liverpool, but he just keeps on keeping on, man. I said this last week. When is it? Is he in the top three, at least top five Liverpool players of all time now? Like, he's unbelievable.
He's really proven me wrong just this season. I thought he was getting to the point of Saudi Arabia type years ahead of him, but honestly, he's probably been the best player in the Prem at the moment. So
It's unbelievable,
yeah,
man.
Salah is yeah, just reinvigorated with slot and doing fantastic. And it goes to show Liverpool top of the league. They're looking really good. They do. One thing I noticed with Liverpool, they do give up chances, but yeah, teams they're still getting 3 points, so doing really well.
Dude, they're doing well. Listen, I believe there will be a hiccup because there's always a hiccup for a team when that comes. If it's detrimental enough to their title aspirations, I don't know. But man, I had him as captain of my FPO. He got 28 points or something. Like he just rips it, man. Like he's unbelievable. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, I don't know, man. What we know that puts Liverpool top. What does it do for Villa? They've lost to Tottenham now. They're in they lost a game in the Champions League. I think they lost three in a row in all competitions, a bit like Man City. So, Reborn says, "What's up, guys? Hey, Reebs, talking about your team. So join in."
man. To talk about Aston Villa, just barring Liverpool at the moment, it's just so tight, man. So I think Liverpool will end up getting dragged into the pack at some stage, but as we'll talk about the rest of the round, it's just a very competitive league. There's never an easy win. And yeah, look, home advantage is a big thing at the moment in the Prem. And yeah, look, I don't think many people would have thought Villa maybe get a draw here, but they're struggling against the big teams, like you mentioned. And maybe Europe is affecting them, even though are they still top of the league in the Champions League, Villa?
I don't think so anymore. I think because of that loss, it put them not far off, but they're up there, but not top, I don't think.
Yeah, so a team like that, fairly new to the Champions League, is always going to have a few hiccups in the league as well. So, yeah, nothing to worry about if you're a Villa fan. They're still going pretty good.
It's so funny, man. I was actually thinking about it today, and obviously, like, always about United, but like, obviously, listen, I'm not saying Erik ten Hag, I believe he needed to go. His job was untenable. But when you look at it this year for him, right? He lost to Brighton. Man City have lost to Brighton. He lost to Liverpool, who are top. Everyone's lost to Liverpool. He lost to West Ham when the PGMOL admitted that it wasn't a penalty. So he probably shouldn't have lost that game. And he lost to Tottenham when the PGMOL have admitted it wasn't a red card. So, listen, like I said, I do believe it was untenable, but everything that could have gone wrong for him, I think, went wrong when you look at those things. Like, if this was United going through what Man City are going through right now and they're still second, the world would be on its head. So it just shows you, sorry, Man City fans, it shows you the size of the clubs, really. No one even cares that they're losing. But the reason I did get John on tonight, because we're going to talk about it later, I sent him a message saying, I said, Man City are not boring anymore. So we're going to talk about them but anyway, Liverpool top, Villa, like John said, I don't think it's anything to worry about, but Reborn says they're looking good at the moment, can't complain at all. Nunez is so frustrating, should have scored 4. Listen, we got the same. Look at Garnacho. Garnacho could score 5 goals a game, then he scores a worldie, and he's our leading goal scorer. He's got 7 goals or something. He's young too. You got to remember Nunez is young too. But anyway, we'll go back to the fixtures. Let's bring this up here. Get the results up. Let that load here. All right, let's talk about that one. We'll talk about it there. So since it's next in line, Brighton 2, Man City 1. Erling Haaland opens the scoring. And you know what's so funny? Erling Haaland opened the scoring and the commentator said, I heard the commentator and he goes, Man City 1-0 up, Erling Haaland. He goes, business as usual. Business as usual. And then João Pedro, my Watford man, is back for Brighton, scores a goal. And then I think the kid on debut, what was his name? Matt O'Reilly on debut, scores the winner, 83rd minute. It was absolutely not business as usual. And like I said, they're not boring at the moment, are they? 4 games in a row in all competitions. I mean, like, when you look back at it, when United were with Sir Alex, right? If we had lost 4 games in a row in all competitions, we would have been freaking out. And that's where I think City are at the moment. They're that sort of team. That I said it last week, man, they don't look right. I know, the Rodri, De Bruyne thing, but it's so funny. A team that's spent that much money, I really think they need a refresh. They got Ake at the back, who's terrible. They got Kovacic in for Rodri, who's, he spent 100 million on Grealish, doesn't play him. He spent all this money on Savinho on the wing, doesn't play him. He bought Doku, doesn't play him. It's so funny saying it, but I don't know. Or maybe Reborn's right. Maybe Pep knows they're guilty and he's trying to get the sack. I don't know. What is it? What do you think?
Well, yeah, look, it's obvious that Man City are in a bit of a form slump. So they've actually lost 4 in a row. Is that all comps?
Yeah, because they lost in the Cup to Tottenham. They lost last week in the league to... Who'd they lose to? Who'd they lose to last week? Anyway, they lost last week in the league. Then they lost in the chat.
They lost to Sporting.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So they lost to Tottenham. Then they lost in the league. Then they got thumped by Manchester United. I mean, Sporting. And then they got done by Brighton. So, Oh,
Mm.
Bournemouth. They lost to Bournemouth.
Right,
That's the
right.
game they lost last week. So 4 games in all competitions, which is, you know,
Yeah, I mean, look, they're still second on the ladder. But yeah, look, it could be a little bit of warning signs. Has Rodri been that big of a loss for him? That anchor in the middle just not dictating the play. I mean, Brighton's six man, so that's how crazy. The league is
I know,
so
but
tight.
look
They're
back when
19 points.
we played them with Eric. We should have beat them, bro.
Yeah, I know. I only saw the goals in this game, so I don't know like how the actually game played out. But yes, like as you mentioned, City were in front. But yeah, look, Pep, has he ever lost four in a row? I think it's his
Probably
first
rarely, I'd say.
time. Yeah, so Pep's in new territory at the moment, but look, the second on the ladder, they're still in the title race. They're still in Europe. Yes, they're dropping some points, but yeah, I think we should just give the credit to Brighton here. They played really well. They come back from
100%.
behind and to get the 2-1 victory here. So all credit goes to Brighton this one. And yeah, City, yeah, I hope they don't get their shit together, but right now they don't.
Yeah, well, it's funny. The longest we ever talk about Man City is when they lose. So, but I'll read a few of the chats. Reborn says, "I love Pep's moaning that he's got so many injuries, mate. You're missing Rodri, and your team has fallen apart." See, I agree. He's not. I don't know. It's they just don't. I don't know what it is, man. Mate, like, listen, it used to happen to United. We won 3 in a row, and then I remember you still think that team is amazing, and we needed a refresh. We ended up finishing third, and then we won 3 in a row again. Like Ferguson had to, revamp that team a bit. I don't know. Chris Coyne has put a super chat. Big up, Chris Coyne. Says, how are we all tonight? Bring on Wednesday night for my trip to Bali. I'm so damn excited. Have fun,
Bali.
man. Have fun. He's going to Bali, he reckons?
Oh, man, I haven't been to Bali since 2016.
That's wild.
Have you been
Bali.
to Bali? Bro?
I've been to Thailand, not Bali, no.
It's a good place, man.
Yeah, Thailand was wicked too. I always tell people if you can go to either of them, they like so damn excited. Reborn says, estimating the. I'll put the damn in, even though he's not here, just for that. So,
Well,
so
I
they're
do want to go
so
to the
so
Philippines as well.
excited. Yeah, I've heard that's good too.
Mm.
But yeah. Anyway, like you said, they're second. It's not the end of the world, but international break maybe came at a good time. I don't know.
Mm.
Don't know.
I think definitely that's right.
I'm with you. I just hope they keep losing. So
I'll tell you what, Pep won't be happy with him in the dressing room.
Reborn said it in the Discord. Maybe he's trying to get the sack. He knows they're guilty.
I think Pep's got enough money; he doesn't need to pay out.
Yeah, you know what these guys are like. All right, this one I didn't see. All I saw was the goals of this. It was during goal rush, but we'll talk about it quickly. I think it was actually a massive result. Your uncle's team beat your soft spot team, man. Your uncle's team, Wolves, got their first win. And from what I heard, it was pretty dominant against Southampton. Listen, I've been saying I think Southampton are in trouble. By the time Footy Manager comes out, you'll get to use Southampton again because I think they're done. But
don't get me started on FM, man.
I know that whole thing with FM is so upsetting. But the guy that he got man of the match, man, and he scored what is to be the winner. I think he's a really good player, man. I'd have him at United. That Matthias Cunha.
I remember I've signed him a few times in.
He's definitely a John player. He's a full John player. Full John player. You know how we know we've just got our certain players?
Well,
he's full John player.
He scored a ripper. I think he scored a ripper, didn't he? That second goal?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so like you said, man, Southampton are in big trouble here. To get dominated by Wolves, were they actually bottom before they played this match?
I think so, yeah.
So, yeah. I have a soft spot for Southampton, but yeah, I agree with you that the next Football Manager, he'll probably play with them again.
All right, Jeremy, all the way from Pittsburgh. He says, "What's up, KP? Man City got whipped in the Champions League too. Don't remember the last time they lost 3 in a row." That's just what John was just saying. Jeremy was saying, "Has Pep actually ever lost 4 in a row?" I'm not sure. Probably has, but Yeah, big result. But yeah, anyway, Wolves got their win. Kuna is top player. Saints, yeah, I think they're in big trouble, man. The next one
Yeah.
we won't talk about this one at all, really, because we want to get into the interesting ones. But West Ham drew with Everton at home,
Oh, what a
0-0.
boring game that would have been.
Oh man, it would have been bad to watch. But the only thing I've got to say about that is if I'm West Ham and I don't beat Everton at home, I think they're in. I know they beat United, but that's a game that they'd want to win.
I
I
mean,
think, but
just a just a brief on those two teams, man. They're just so inconsistent and out of form. They're just not good watching teams at the moment. And yeah, my uncle even says he's a West Ham fan. He's just so disappointed
Con will be hating
with,
it, bro.
with the new manager. So even though they beat United, he's still disappointed with the manager. So yeah,
Well,
there's
it's
a lot
so
of
funny
teams.
that they're talking about Frank, good old Frankie Lampard taking over West Ham, right? And they just played Everton. Don't the powers to be at West Ham know? They're like, hey man, Frank Lampard put Everton in this problem, and we're going to go hire him. Like
Frank was bad, man. As if they'd
that's what I'm
forget
saying. He's
Frank.
been terrible everywhere. Like, but that's what they're saying in the news. I don't know how true it is, but I think Lopetegui is in trouble, man. I think your uncle might get his wish, but. This game, I got completely wrong, man. I thought at home, Crystal Palace might get the chocolates, but then I heard the team. There was no Eze. They were missing about 5 players, and I was like, oh shit, man, they're in trouble. But Fulham, keeping up their good form, 2-0, beat Crystal Palace away. That's a huge result for Fulham.
Bloody
Palace have been in trouble too, I think, man.
Fulham have been so underestimated this season, man. They're playing some good stuff. I'm not even sure exactly where they are on the table, but they have to be in the top 10.
No, they're doing well. Yeah, they're doing well.
Yeah, so, Superman's, yeah. I mean, you remember when they used to talk about that coach as like the next Jose Mourinho and stuff?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, look, he's not that level, but he's doing really well at the moment. And, yeah, look, Fulham. 2-0 was 2-0?
2-0, yeah.
Yeah, big result away, especially at Crystal Palace. They're not an easy place to go. But, I didn't see the lineup, as you said. But, yeah, Fulham for me have been an exciting team to watch. I've actually enjoyed some of their highlights. So, yeah, Crystal Palace, I'm not sure. They're in
They're in trouble,
relegation
man.
fodder now, aren't
They're in
they?
trouble, bro. They're in big trouble.
Well,
I
if
just
they
brought
get
up the table.
relegated, Eze to United.
Oh, it has to be done. Has to be done. I just brought up the table there. Fulham are in 7th. Their next game is Wolves, where they'll think they can win that, after the international break. Like, that's good, man. 7th for them.
That's,
They're doing really good. So,
and they're talking, in the Europe contention at the moment. So,
oh, yeah.
hmm.
So,
Big 3 points for Fulham.
huge
Big
3 points, man. Huge 3 points. All right. Let's go on to this one. This one was actually a cracker. I was watching it on Goal Rush. It was a bit of a shame that I chose to watch, I think it was Liverpool or what it was, or I think it might have been the Man City game instead. Brentford 3, Bournemouth 2. Bournemouth coming off of beating Arsenal, drawing to Villa and beating Man City. And then Brentford end up beating them. And it was a back and forth game, man. It was Brentford, I think, Bournemouth went 1-0 up, then it was 1-1, then 2-1, and then Brentford just scored 2 goals. That Wissa, he scored 2 goals. He's ripping it, man. Him and Mbeumo are absolutely ripping it for Brentford. But what a result, man. 3-2. They were only not good enough to beat Man United, Brentford. What can I say?
Sorry, man, I had a bit of technical difficulties. My battery on my thing wasn't plugged in.
That's all right.
Yeah, man, look, Bournemouth, what a weird team they are this year. You just don't know what they're going to bring. Like, they nearly knocked off Brentford, who are in form themselves. This game just shows you how tough the Premier League is well, you know what I mean?
Big time.
To go in front and then Brentford to equalise and Bournemouth to go back in front again. And then, yeah, Brentford to, get the win. What a cracking game this was. Yeah, it had everything. It had yellow cards. It had.
There was so many. Like, it was full on.
Yeah, I've heard from a lot of the comments that this was the game of the round. So, yeah, big win for Brentford. I'm not sure exactly what they are on the table, but they seem to be proving me wrong as well this year.
Yeah, I didn't
I
tip them
looked
to be
at
doing this good.
Yeah, so they're in 11th. They're above United, so same points with Tottenham. But
Yeah,
yeah, look,
it's not
Brentford.
hard to be above United at the moment, man. Don't put that as a barometer.
Hey, there's optimism coming of United, but we'll get to that. But yeah, look, big game, big win for Brentford, and two exciting teams to watch right now. Brentford are Bournemouth. There's goals in their games, so
Yeah.
yeah, good Premier League game that one.
All right. Well, so we'll move on to last night's games or Sunday afternoon games if you're over there. And we'll talk about the first one. That obviously our team. Big Ruud van Nistelrooy's last game in charge. He goes out not losing a game as Man United manager. 3 wins, 1 draw. Bruno Fernandes opening goal. Then he thought he got the second, but it was an own goal. And then Alejandro Garnacho with an absolute cracker of a goal. I mean, Leicester, I think, had 1 shot, I reckon. I don't know. It was they not playing well or, United just, obviously they're a newly promoted team and it's not, they're not the be-all and end-all. But I really think the only player that really played bad for United, and it's funny saying it, he's been probably our consistent performer, was Dalot. He was terrible. All right. Listen, I'll tell you what, if Amarim comes in and he buys a left back, I reckon Dalot's in trouble, man, because Mazraoui's ahead of him. Mazraoui's been our best player. He has, man. He's been our best player.
Yeah, I mean, he's been really good. Signing probably our signing of the season, just 13 million.
And our other signing last night, De Ligt got a clean sheet, but Ugarte, man, I know it's early days. Everyone jumped on his back. The guy's everywhere, bro. He just, if there's a ball to be won, he crunches people, man. He doesn't take prisoners. I love it. I think he's going to be a real good signing for United. I think everyone jumped on his case early, as fans do. But yeah, I think he played well. The forwards maybe, lacking a bit. Diallo played well. Rashford and Højlund didn't really play well, but they didn't really touch the ball much. But it's looking up for Amarim. I think he'll be happy with that, seeing that coming in. Yeah, I don't know. It's better than what we were doing, isn't it? We came, undefeated in 4 games.
Yeah, I mean, look, there's a bit of smiles going on at the club at the moment, and I want to thank Ruud for just sort of steadying the ship at the moment, and he's passing on to Amaron in like good morale, good. Everyone seems up and about, so it's always good to take over like that, and it's also good for Ruud. His stock's gone up.
Big time.
A lot of eyes will be on Ruud now. I'm pretty sure he will leave the club, and Amaron will bring his own guys in. So this probably gives an opportunity for Ruud to manage. He might take over an Everton or something like that. So
Ruud.
Yeah,
Ruud. I miss Ruud already, man.
Hey,
I miss Ruud already. I love him.
I love it when the whole crowd's like, Ruud. It's not like Ruud, but they're saying Ruud.
It's the best, man.
It's killer. But you may not have got an issue of just this. Our strikers can't score. You know what I mean? We're just getting goals from our wingers or another avenue or midfielders. So it's like we've got a bunch of strikers just can't score. We can't create enough for. That's my concern of United. And another concern I had is why did Garnacho not celebrate his goal?
I don't know. Was it because he got stood on? I thought it was because like 2 minutes before that, his arm, he got like stepped on and he was like in pain. But I don't know what. I'm not sure. I don't know. No one said anything of it. I don't know.
I noticed even Mark talked about it as well. Not sure can't remember what he said about it, but yeah, Garnacho just didn't seem to. He normally goes off when he scores a goal, runs to the corner. He didn't do any of that. Maybe because we were 3-0 up at the time. I guess maybe. I
don't know. I think it's because he was in pain. I think it's because he like his hand was bleeding. The guy stepped on his hand with his sprigs, and I just reckon he was. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who knows? Who knows what's going through players' minds?
Yeah, but yeah, as you said, I agree. A lot of the new signings are coming good. Ugarte's finding his way. De Ligt's looking solid. Mazwari's signing of the season at the minute. And yeah, I mean, Xerxes, I still think there's a player there. I really do. He just needs a bit of love, needs a bit of support, needs a bit of time. I think he'll benefit from a season and a
Oh yeah,
pre-season with United.
definitely.
And yeah, we've yet to see Lenny Yoro, obviously, but I think he will complement Amaron's play. And listen, man, are we 4 points off third
Yeah,
place right now?
yeah. I know. It's like so.
After a horrendous
I
start of the
know.
year, we're 4 points off third. Unreal. So yeah, that's the aim for United, to get anywhere near top four. You know what I mean? Try and salvage the season.
100%.
Obviously, titles off the cards, but yeah, if we can challenge top four, it'd be great. And yeah, Ruud did a great job for his 4 games. Have
Nah,
to admit.
legend. Ruud, legend of the club. He already was a legend of the club. Great effort by him. I loved his passion. I loved everything about it. I'm sort of sad that he's not going to be there as assistant, but if that they haven't confirmed it yet, but I imagine that's what's going to happen. But anyway, Reborn says, I saw that Nottingham Forest were in third at one point. They were third, right? And it's them as well. When they went 1-0 up against Newcastle, the commentators were like, oh my God, like going off about Nottingham Forest. And then next minute, comes back to earth a bit. But anyway, we'll talk about that probably next, I reckon. Let's bring up the results. But yeah, big win for United because it put Amarin, I think, in an easier job, better morale. But yeah, actually, we'll talk about Chris's team, man, since it's here to talk about.
Oh
Tottenham,
my God, this cost
first
me my
team.
multi.
Well, there you go. The first team this year to lose to Ipswich. 2-1. They were 2-0 down at half time, man. 2-0 down at half time.
No.
Dude, you don't bet on Tottenham, bro.
I thought at home to Ipswich, $1.30. I think, well, I reckon this is cash. Surely Tottenham beat Ipswich. And yeah, I saw it at halftime. It was 2-0 down, and I'm like, what is going on? And yeah, I don't know. Ange's tactics. Does he play too much of a high line? Does he leave too much? I haven't seen the goals, but
It wasn't one was a corner. The keeper is. Listen, dude, I reckon if you were standing next to Vicario, the Tottenham keeper, I reckon Chris could grab him and go like this. Like, he looks like a toothpick, man. So no wonder why they're conceding corners. I get he's a good shot stopper. Yeah, he can play with his feet, but he can't catch a fucking ball. Like, you're a goalkeeper, man. You got to have a bit of a presence about you.
It's just really hard to find that keeper that can do everything, isn't it? Like,
I know, but yeah. What would you want first, man? Would you want a keeper that can pass, or do you want a keeper that's going to stop the ball going in the net?
Yeah, I mean, ideally you want both, but as you say that, there's more attributes, like being commanding of the area. So obviously this guy is not commanding of the area. He can't come and just take a pack mark, you know what I mean, and stop the threat from a corner, you know what I mean? So obviously he hasn't got, like you said, the body to muscle in on a corner and take that mark sort of thing.
You look at him compared to our keeper. I don't think Onana's had a good season. I don't think he's the best, right? But
he's not very commanding of the area either.
No, but even look at their body differences. Onana looks like he'd break him in half. Like, at least he's stocky. And he's not even commanding. So this guy's tiny. Imagine, like, people are going to target that. Like, imagine Haaland hitting him, he'll kill him.
Yeah, I mean, Premier League's such a physical league, you know what I mean? So you need a bit of strength, you know, in any position, really. So, yeah, I'd like to see the goals. I'll probably check it out tonight. But, yeah, big loss for Ange and Tottenham. You know, that's the kind of loss where the pressure builds on you as a team, and then the manager, he'll be getting questioned a lot, you know, if he's good enough to be the coach of Tottenham now. And, yeah, that's a big step back for Tottenham, but a huge win for Ipswich. Like, this changes a lot of things for them. I don't think they're in the bottom three, or maybe they are.
Nah, maybe not, because they've had a few draws. I'll bring the table up after.
So they're actually playing some good football. So Yeah, big win, big 3 points, but yeah, very disappointing for Tottenham. And yeah, questions are getting asked for sure.
Reborn says you can't command your defense when it's stood on the halfway line. The line is so high and far away. You know, the thing is, everyone is
Yeah, that's correct.
touching. No, no, but the thing is, everyone's touching on this about the halfway line thing. But man, even back 20 years ago when I was let's go, I'm a bit older, when I was a junior, right? We were trained to be on the halfway line. That's football. You don't, when you're attacking, you compress it as small as you can. Like, they're just not doing it right. You know why? Because I reckon the Argentinian bloke at Tottenham is so overrated, man. Ramiro, that guy's terrible. He makes so many mistakes. Like,
Centre back.
yeah, and if you're playing a high line, your keeper has to sweep. And I don't know. Listen, don't know what it is. They're getting caught out on stupid shit like corners and that. And then they're missing sitters. I saw it. They missed some sitters, but yeah, I don't know, man. If Ange keeps going like this, he wins one, then he loses one. You can't go like that all season, man. But then again, I've said this before. What are Tottenham fans? I know what Man United fans expect, right? Whether we should or not anymore, we always expect to win because we're Man United. Same with Liverpool fans. Even when they were going 30 years without a title, they were expecting to win a title because they're Liverpool. What are Tottenham expecting? Do they want a team that's going to finish top 7? Or do they want Ange to make Tottenham a title contender? Because if that's what they want, it's not happening.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got a bad feeling for Ange, and
Me too.
if he keeps continuing on this trend, and Tottenham are the type of club who don't have less patience than Man United, so yeah, he could get the sack quick smart.
I agree. I agree he could. And the thing is, I think it will be unjust because, like I'm saying, unless Ange went in to Daniel Levy at the start of the year and said, I'm going to win you a title, then okay, he deserves it. But I doubt that happened because they're Tottenham and they haven't won a title since the 60s. So, I don't know. But anyway, we'll go to the next one. Questions to be asked for Ange, that's for sure. 100%. All right, this was the big one. Nottingham Forest went into the day third. They started the day, they were like at one point, they were 1 point behind Man City when they were 1-0 up. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong one. They'll get it up here. Where is it? Listen, they're doing really good. They're doing really good, but they ended up losing. Newcastle were putting 1-0 down. Joel Linton scored a cracker too, I have to admit, for the second goal. Isaac scored for his third game in a row, and then Harvey Barnes put the cherry on the cake. 3-1. Newcastle, even they're getting a bit better, man. That's what makes this league harder. Like Newcastle picking up. United have hit a bit of form. Like all the teams seem to be hitting form except a few of the big dogs, like City and Arsenal and shit.
Yeah, I'm so surprised how Forest have been playing, man. Like,
Dude.
who's been ripping it up for Forest, by the way? Have they got some secret
The
players?
New Zealand bloke. What's his name? The New Zealand dude. Wood. He scored like 6-7 games in a row.
Yeah,
Chris Wood. And then what's the guy from Man United's playing well? Elanga and Callum Hudson-Odoi.
The guy who scored the Murillo, the defender, he's actually
he's good.
He's good, man.
So Chris Wood, Hudson-Odoi and Elanga have been really playing well from what I know.
Yeah, they've assembled a pretty good team. But yeah, look, Forest has come undone a bit. Newcastle have actually been playing pretty decent the last couple of weeks. So yeah, they
beat Arsenal last week. They beat Arsenal and now they beat Nottingham Forest away. So
yeah, there was a bit of pressure building on Eddie Howe there for a little bit, but yeah, he's turned the corner. Every time you think Eddie Howe's heading to like, okay, he's maybe not good enough, he just turns the corner. So yeah, big win for Newcastle United in the contents of, obviously Forest were third on the league and they were down 1-0 as well. So yeah, it was a second half blitz for Newcastle by the looks of it. Isaac, Joelinton and Barnes all in the second half.
I'd love to have Isaac at Man United, eh?
I'll tell you what, I'll take Gordon, I'll take Isaac.
I wouldn't take Gordon because he's from Merseyside. He can sit on one.
Who,
But
Gordon?
yeah, he can go to later. But I'll take Isaac.
Fair enough. I agree with that. He is a good player though. But yeah, look, Newcastle United, tough team to beat, man. They've showed it all year. I mean, they haven't been easy beats. I'm not sure exactly how many losses they've got. I think they've
No,
got
it's been tight. They were a bit like us. They had a few things go against them and things like that. They lost Isaac for the start of the year, which hurt them a
yeah,
bit as well.
yeah. So they're above obviously Villa as well. So yeah, they're doing well. You know, they're the type of team you can see in the top 8 for the rest of the year. You know, teams like Forest and Fulham may drop out, but I still believe Newcastle will be around there. So yeah, great result, and you'd be happy if you're a Geordie fan for sure.
You know what I believe is going to happen with Newcastle? I truly believe this. And I don't think it's because he's going to have done a bad job. I think end of the season, I truly believe Eddie Howe gets replaced by Jose Mourinho.
You
I
reckon?
just think the Saudis are going to go, listen, we're going to go for the Mr. Box Office himself, give him as much money as he wants. And
didn't Jose say he wants to come back to the Premier League?
exactly. That's why I think it, because he said, I want to come back to the Premier League. And he also said he said a lot about United. He fucking loves United, I tell you, which so, good on him. But Boston says, hey, J. Crom, NKP, how you doing, Boston?
Well, Mourinho will probably know. I think Amaron is one of his biggest fans. Like he grew up.
Yeah, 100%. He'd be his idol.
Yeah, loving Mourinho. So
but
maybe
yeah,
we've got the
listen.
next Mourinho. Maybe we've got the next Mourinho.
Hopefully, trophy-wise, we do. Hopefully, trophy-wise, we do. But, well, I tell you what, he's charismatic, man, Amarim. I'm not going to sit there and lie and say I know heaps about him, but he doesn't hold back in his press conferences.
Nah.
He's very light, which is good. Good on him. He's not afraid. So,
and he speaks English, right? Doesn't he?
yeah. Didn't you hear that last week? The English media. Sorry, Reeves. I'm going to have a shot. I'm going to have a shot at the English media here. They went into him in his press conference for a Portuguese, like against Man City. They asked him a question. He answered in Portuguese, and they go to him, why don't you speak English? And he goes, because I'm Portuguese, right? And they go, they asked him another question. They go, can you please reply to us in English? And he goes, no. He goes, you have plenty of time for me to speak in English when I'm coaching Man United. And he pretty much told him where to go.
You don't want
English,
to get
they're already on him. They're already on him.
The English press, though, that's for sure.
I know, but you can tell they're already on him. They're ready, to ask questions like that. That's stupidity, man. It was for a Portuguese league game. Why is he going to respond in English?
Yeah, right.
It's so stupid. Anyway, last game of the round. They're unbelievable. So it was hyped up as it was going to be, this good game. And I don't think it was. 1-1, Chelsea, Arsenal. Pedro Neto scored. Gabriel Martinelli put Arsenal in front. Pedro Neto equaliser. Boston says, J. Crum, how you doing, man? Welcome back.
What's up, man? How you doing?
Reborn says, get fucked, reporters. Well done to Amarim. It's true, though. Yeah, it's true. Good on him. Yeah, so, Chelsea won. Arsenal won.
Where's Sancho?
Yeah, where's Sancho? Because I said it last week. Where is he? Because you know what? It'll be fine quick smart that he's a cancer. That will be nowhere. He got dropped for Neto and he hasn't seen the team since.
Is he injured or is he just dropped?
Yeah, bullshit. The guy's a kid's a cancer, mate. You know what I say? You know back in the day when Sir Alex got rid of Pogba and everyone was upset, right?
Yeah.
It's fair to say that Sir Alex knew what he was doing, right? And I always say this. There's a reason Sir Alex got rid of Pogba. And on top of it, I'll say to you, there's a reason Pep got rid of Sancho. Because he was like this back then.
Mm-hmm.
Boston gave a super chat. Big up, Boston. Thanks a lot, mate.
One thing we got to thank Ten Hag for, he got rid of a lot of bad negativity in the dressing room before he left to hand over to Amaron. So That's one thing
I
we can.
I think Ten Hag was the guy before the guy because he had balls, man. He was willing to say to Sancho, "You want to disrespect me? Pretty much go fuck yourself." And he did it. Whether people liked it or not, I liked it. I respected it. I never wanted to see Sancho play for United again. So,
100%.
you know, yeah, and I know you agree too. So, but yeah, exactly. Where is he? Where is he?
Yeah, didn't even play. But look, I haven't seen anything of this game, but it seems that way in Chelsea games, especially when they play a big side. Pick
It's
the
a
draw,
draw.
Chelsea.
Yeah, yeah. You should
Pick
put
the
money
draw,
on it.
Chelsea.
Draw.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, is Cole Palmer back? Was he injured?
Yeah, he played, but apparently didn't play well. He played. He
Mm,
started.
yeah, so Pedro Neto is a good player, Pedro Neto. Yeah,
Yeah, he's
look,
good. I like him.
not enough for Arsenal. That's all I can say. Look, if Arsenal, you wanted to be this title charge, and a lot of people predicted Arsenal. I know me and you did, but a lot of big pundits out there, a lot of the world picked Arsenal as their pick to win the Premiership this year. And right now, you'd say no way. Like really,
I, I think
the,
we were all sleeping on Liverpool, bro. Whether me and you were
yeah,
sleeping on them
like
because we don't like them, I don't know. There,
look, I predicted Chelsea to be in the top four, and they're third right now. But no, it's a long way to go. But I did not predict Arsenal to be 9 points behind the leader right now. So, and look, to be fair, they're only 4 points off Man United, who are in 13th. So,
that's right.
Arsenal, big questions about. I think this is more of a win for Chelsea than it is for Arsenal, really,
Hundred
because
percent.
Chelsea are sort of, you know, playing out of their skin at the moment to be being third. But Arsenal, my God, 19th. So 19 points. So yeah, look, Arsenal, you got to pull your finger out. You need to go on a run now if you want any chance to catch Liverpool. I do think Liverpool will come back down to the pack a bit, but
Yeah, I agree.
yeah, look, City, they might wake up as well. But yeah, look, 1-1 draw is just not enough for the Gunners.
Listen, Boston gives the best chat of the night, and he says hashtag glory glory Man United. So
100%.
what a legend. I was saying this last week, right, when I was doing the show. The thing about Arsenal is, I know Odegaard was back last night, right, but when you actually look at their team, who's going to score goals? Kai Havertz, what is he going to get you? 15 goals, maybe? Right? Martinelli is a winger, doesn't score goals. Saka is the only one. He scores goals, gets assists. Trossard might get you 10, 15. Their midfielders, Rice doesn't score goals. Jorginho doesn't score goals. Like, so when you actually break it down, it's like, man, why didn't they not go hammer and tongs like you've said for like Ivan Toney or something? I don't know why. But yeah, I don't know. They're just, it's so funny. Martinelli, I know he scored last night, right? The whole world is on Marcus Rashford's case, right? I reckon Marcus Rashford is a 10 times better player than him. I reckon he's crap. The guy does, if he was playing for United, the shit he'd be getting, it shows you that Arsenal doesn't have the scrutiny because he does nothing. He scores a goal like every now and then. He does nothing. Like I don't know. Reborn says, all I see on social media is Liverpool haven't played anyone yet. We beat Brighton, who beat City. We beat United, who classes as a test. We have City soon. Is that the barometer? But it's because you're Liverpool, Reborn. It's like Man United. There's Liverpool and Man United get more scrutiny than anyone. That's just all there is to it.
That's it.
We were saying this last week. We'll ask John what he thinks since we talked about it last week. I said, because Amarim was coming into Man United, I said there's 4 jobs in world football that I believe nothing compares to them. And I said it's Man United, Liverpool, Real Madrid, and Barcelona. I don't think any other job compares to them. I don't know. I don't know what you think. Even the Milan jobs. Bayern Munich have got Vincent Kompany, bro. He was coaching Burnley. So it shows you it's not a big gig like the other ones. Yeah, I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's not. Yeah, you're right. I mean, there are clubs there with, like, say, PSG and Bayern. If you don't win the league, you're pretty much sacked, stuff like that. But they're not.
It's not like United and Liverpool.
Not scrutinised as much as those 4 you mentioned. So, Yeah, 100% right.
But, okay, Boston says, KP, tomorrow morning I'm going to be watching the biggest derby in Colombian football. There you go. Olivia says, I play soccer well. That's good. Chris says, over on Kick, we got a message from Kick. And he says, did Spurs win?
No. What kind of fan is he, man?
Well, there you go.
I've got to download this Kick, man. I never
Kick's
even heard
wild.
of it.
And then you got to follow HFD Media, man. Come on. You are HFD Media. You got to follow.
I'm a part of HFD Premier, and I've got to subscribe and Kick, man.
Chris, what's the one comment I always say to you about Tottenham? He said, did Tottenham win? Tottenham have never won anything, man. What else to say? Don't know what else to say. Anyway, what we'll do is quickly, obviously it's international break next week. We'll bring up the fixtures, and we'll just go through them quickly, give a quick little tip, and then we'll be on our way. So the fixtures, which will be in 2 weeks' time, because there'll be no games next week. Chris says we'll win something one day. The tables will turn. Not in our lifetime, son. All right. 23rd of November, Saturday, kicks off 11 p.m. here. Leicester hosting Chelsea.
Leicester hosting Chelsea.
So Maresca against the club that he got promoted away. Could they do a number on him? I don't know, because who knows?
I think I'm going Chelsea here. I don't think Leicester are the best team, and I think I'm going Chelsea 2-0.
Yeah, I agree. I'm going Chelsea. Yeah, I think it'll be 2-3-0. Then we got Arsenal. This is like a top 4 clash with a team that is above them in the table. Arsenal hosting Nottingham Forest.
I'm going Arsenal because it's just a must win for them. I mean, it's just like a free shot for Nottingham Forest here. You never know; it could be an upset, but I'm going Arsenal. I'm going Arsenal comfortably as well.
Yeah, I think they'll smack them too. Boston says, Reborn, do you like the A-League? I go for Sydney. And Reborn says, I'm in the UK. I'm a Liverpool fan, much to KP's disappointment. Yeah, but we love Reeves. We love him. All right. Next one is Villa hosting Palace. Can Villa you'd imagine they get back on track?
Villa hosting Palace. I mean, yeah, Palace haven't been playing well at all. And, I think Villa at home are another story. You know, they're really good at home and they should get the chocolates.
Yeah, I agree. I think Villa will get the job done. Olivia says, I'd go for Melbourne victory in the A-League, and in the Premier League, I'll go for Man City. Well, you know what? I'll tell you a story about that. If you go for Man City, you can't go for Melbourne victory because Melbourne victory is Manchester United's feeder club. If you go for Man City, you got to go for Melbourne City because it's the same club. Because they own them. But and Man United have got, like how we used to have with, what was that Dutch team? That Man United's feeder club is Victory. And yeah, that's why they're called Melbourne City, because the City Group own them. They are Man City, really. Melbourne City. But anyway, Bournemouth hosting Brighton. So Brighton, after just beating Man City, Bournemouth beat Man City 2 weeks ago too. So the last 2 teams in the league to beat Man City facing off.
I'm going for a bit of an upset. I'm going for Bournemouth here. Don't know why.
I actually don't think that's an upset. I think at home, Bournemouth are good, man.
Yeah, so I'm going Bournemouth.
Think about it. In the last 4 weeks, they've beat Villa there. They beat Arsenal there. Sorry, no, they beat City there. They drew with Villa, and they beat Arsenal there. So Bournemouth's pretty good. I think Bournemouth too, man. I'm going to go Bournemouth as well.
Nice.
This one, I think, is Everton hosting Brentford. I think if Everton lose this, man, they're in big trouble. Right?
So what was it again?
Everton versus Brentford at Goodison.
You know, I can honestly see Brentford winning.
Yeah, I agree. I think Brentford do them.
I'm going Brentford.
I'm going Brentford, I reckon 2-0. I truly believe it. Sorry, Everton fans. I think Everton are going to go into their new stadium next year in the championship. They're just not. They're not good, man. But listen, I don't know. All right, Fulham, Me and John spoke about it. They've been playing really well, hosting Wolves, who got their first win. Craven Cottage. Some tough games, man.
Tough games, man. Yeah, for sure. I don't know. Who do you recommend?
I reckon Fulham, eh? I don't know. Just Wolves have been playing well, but they've been conceding. That's their problem. See you, Olivia. She says goodbye. Yeah, they just... And Fulham have looked really good. Because it's at Craven Cottage, I'm going to go Fulham. I'm just going to go home ground.
Yeah, I'm going to go Fulham. And by the way, have these has these games been timed yet?
It says 1:30 Sunday.
For all of them?
Yeah, just them ones. Because the first game is Saturday night, which is 11. And then Sunday, the gold rush will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. And then Man City Spurs is the late game. 4 o'clock.
I'm taking Fulham at Craven College for sure.
All right, so that's the last of the gold rush games. And then we got Man City hosting Spurs. Spurs started their losing streak for them in the Carabao Cup. Can they make them lose 5 in a row? And twice to Spurs? I don't know.
Oh, man.
They're just not in good form, eh? But Spurs...
Man City surely can't drop 5 games in a row here. So, go on City at home.
Do you remember? I can't remember when it was. I think it was about 3 years ago. Reborn will know when it was. Do you remember when that happened to Liverpool and everyone was like, oh man, they can't lose. And they lost like 7 home games in a row or something under Klopp. And everyone was like, what the fuck's going on? Do you remember what year it was, Reborn? I remember, and everyone was like, they hadn't lost for so long at Anfield, and then they lost, but they just kept losing there. But I think it was about 3 years ago, and they just kept losing there. But yeah, I agree. I think City will win.
Tottenham are capable, but I can't be hard.
I don't know, man.
I'm on City. This is when they bounce back after the international break.
All right, then we got Southampton. John's soft spot hosting top dogs Liverpool.
I really hope Southampton win this game. It's so hard.
See, Reborn is saying yes. Reborn remembers it. He's saying, yeah, I remember it.
Southampton are just the whipping boys this year by looks of things. And yeah, Liverpool get another win.
Yeah, I agree. I do agree. And then we got Ruben Amorim's first game away at Portman Road, Ipswich hosting Man United.
Wow. I don't know what to expect, man. I honestly don't. Is he going to try and think of the formation straight off the bat, man?
International break, who knows?
Yeah, geez. I'm going United because I think, we've got a bit of a manager bounce happening at the moment, but... kind of a tough game for him first start. I know it's Ipswich, but, first game in England, first game in the Prem, new team. I'm going United.
Listen, 100% going United. You know what I'll say? The one thing I will say is, you know what? I truly believe even if Eric didn't get sacked, I think we would have went on this little run of form we went on anyway. Because I think he would have beat Leicester in the Carabao Cup. I think he would have beat Leicester last night. Maybe not Chelsea, I don't know. And I think he would have beat Barlock as well. But, yeah. Listen.
Ten Hag's like, I would have won these games, man.
I know, yeah. So, listen, I reckon we're going to go on a bit of a run on the Amorim for whatever it is. Manager bounce, I don't know, man. I've been keeping an eye on his sporting team since he's been announced, and they're ruthless, man. Apparently they're having, this is what they're saying, apparently Benfica and Porto, they're like having parties that he's leaving because they know they got more money. Sporting are never meant to compete with them. And apparently Sporting have just been annihilating them for 2 years. Like, they've played 11 games this year, won 11 games. So, listen, he's obviously doing... I know Man United is completely different. But yeah, Boston says KP, Big Ange will take City down. I hope so. And then the last game to end the round. Could it be in the nail in the coffin for your uncle's team, man? Newcastle hosting West Ham.
Yeah, Newcastle win, man.
Of course they do. Okay, they smash them. I reckon Isak's like a hat trick or something. He's going to kill him.
I mean, this has got 4-0 written all over it for me. But
Oh yeah,
West Ham just seems so disorganised. I mean, they're lucky they beat us, and we just couldn't finish.
hundred
You know,
percent.
we should have smashed them 4-5-0 in the first half, and I don't think Newcastle will miss like we missed. So
No
yeah, Newcastle.
way. Boston says, J. Crom, your uncle likes the Geordies. Now, not the Geordies. John's uncle goes for West Ham. Reborn says, I'll take Gyökeres in a heartbeat. He's a Swedish Haaland with his stats, Reborn. Listen, I know it's Portugal, but he's scored a hat-trick in Europe as well. The guy knows how to put the ball in the net, and obviously he's going to get linked to Man United straight away, isn't he? So, listen, I'll take him. 26 years old. You know, I think you need a bit of a senior striker, but yeah, I'll definitely have him. Anyway, that brings us to the end. It was a good week for Man United. So me and John are happy. We get to go into international break actually happy, even though I don't like international breaks. But
I think this is the first international break that we've been actually happy.
I was talking about this with my dad, right? Like, surely there's too many international breaks, man. Who gives a shit about the Nations League? Seriously.
Is there any more coming up?
I don't know, but like I get having a qualifier for the tournaments, right? World Cup, Euro, and Copa America, right? I get having to qualify for them. But why the fuck are we having international breaks for this Nations League? What? Who cares about the Nations League?
Who made up that league anyway? How long?
Someone that wanted money. Someone that wanted money, mate. Anyway, Boston says, I've got a soft spot for West Ham. There you go. I think a lot of people do, to be honest.
The blowing bubbles bit? Is that what they like?
Don't know. I think a lot of people have always had a bit of a soft spot for them because they were, you know, good back in the day with like Bobby Moore and that, but they've just always been there or thereabouts now. So people like don't really fear them. That's what I think it is. So they've always got like a, I don't know. Who knows? Anyway, thanks for coming in, guys. Thanks for joining us on YouTube, on Kick. It's good to have John back. Obviously, we won't have a show next week because there's no games, but we will try get some gaming in or something. Me and John are going to have to go live with NBA, I think, one of these nights, and
100%.
show the dynamic duo. I'm sure there's a podcast. I'm not sure what night this week. And yeah, there'll be, we'll let you know, guys. Join the Discord and you'll know everything. And do what John's going to do and go follow us on Kick.
100%. I'm going to go download it.
Kick. It's the best. All right, guys. Thanks for coming in. See you on the next one.
Peace out.
Peace.